Gavin coming into the final round with the lead, there's definitely going to be some nerves there. Been on the lead card a few times this year already, and with that experience, the nerves become easier and easier.
What's really working for Calvin out here at OTB is the course demands a lot of low ceiling throws, and he does it better than anyone. You know, coming from Florida, that's where he learned to play. It's low ceiling drives. A lot of people struggle with that, and he can take a driver and he can pump it 4 feet off the ground and get all the airspace that he needs.
What Ezra needs to do to get over the hump and get his first Pro Tour win is just shoot like he's been shooting in these little comeback rounds that he's had. He just hasn't been able to do it on the lead card yet. And if he can do that with the firepower that he has and that step putt that he's been working with, I think he's got a good chance this week.
Sully, he's got a great forehand player. He's also kind of got that swagger, that quiet confidence that, you know, sets up for being on lead card. He doesn't really get shook. I think Sully's going to have to put some pressure, but coming into that back nine, he can let that forehand go to work. And I think if he can push 9-10 down, I think he can have a shot to win.
Your money just has to be on Calvin. He's just been there so many times.
He's got the putt working, so if he can keep it clean, I do see Calvin taking this down.
Hello and welcome to final round coverage of the 2024 OTB Open presented by MVP Disc Sports. I'm Paul Ulibarri. I'm joined with Zach Melton. We got a nice little card here for you guys.
Yeah, man, we got some killers on this card. I'm expecting some fireworks. I think there's some hot scores going to be put down today.
Absolutely. We got Gavin Rathbun leading the charge right now, and he's been playing great all season. And he's doing it with all kinds of different things. I mean, fairway hits, we've seen that kind of all week with that 85 to 90% for our lead card. But here's what's scary. When he makes all his putts in the circle, he's a dangerous, dangerous competitor.
For sure. We got Calvin coming in, 86% fairway hits, circle tune regulation over 80%, which is just nuts. Circle one putting, 78%. I mean, he's making most of his looks, but he is missing a few. I'm sure he's going to look to clean that up today.
Look at this crazy stat. Fairway hits from Ezra, though, 95%. Circle one putting, 92%. That 13 down will do wonders for your score, though.
Absolutely. And we got Sully coming in hot, 86% fairways. Look at that circle one putting, though, 100%. That's why he's here, probably. He's not getting as many looks as everyone else, but he's taking advantage when he gets them.
And you guys have seen this already, I hope. Hole one, par 3, 474. You got that out of bounds on the right. I really haven't seen it come into play at all with these guys. The wind hasn't been left to right, so it's been pushing those hyzers into the left. Kind of a helping wind, I would say. Really just got to get it past this thick grass. You see a lot of people kind of flatten it out, hit that thick grass, be left with about a 34 to 45 footer.
First on the tee box, from Montgomery, Illinois, Gavin Rathbun.
Forgot we got a saxophone up here on stage. It caught me off guard, I'm not going to lie.
I like it if it has the distance.
I think it's perfect. Getting down, beating the trees.
Oh, yeah. So easy.
That's how you want to start when you got the lead coming into the final day.
Calvin Heimburg.
Little lower. Looks like it might be a little shorter, yeah, but that's really good. Yeah. It's the penetrating move forward.
Yeah, the last 2 days he caught the canopy coming in those last trees, so he said he was going to try to throw it a little lower.
Okay, well, we got to see that stepper at work right away.
Yeah, a little more skip than the other two.
Alabama, Sullivan, Tipton.
The hole one isn't playing as the easiest hole on the course, but there's not a lot of bogeys on it.
A lot of pars, a lot of birdies.
I was curious if he was going to go two-piece on this one, but he's not. He's going to turn this disc over a little bit, but I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, I joked with him. I told him I was going to keep track of how many forehands he threw, and then he said it would be much easier to keep track of how many backhands he throws. So we switched it up. That's one.
Huge momentum putt right here for Ezra. Yeah. Well, he's got work to do. We saw Paul do this yesterday. Not quite as far. That's a 3-putt on the first hole. That is the opposite of momentum.
Yeah, that first putt had a lot of want, but maybe a little too much.
That was a good birdie there from Sullivan.
Yeah. Great start. Backhand birdie for the forehand guy.
Ooh.
Yeah. Look for his face when he turns around here. He knew it was a little left. He made some big eyeballs at me. He's like, oh, got away with one.
Easy for the rest of the card. Ezra, unfortunately, going to tap in a... It's not a good bogey you want to take on this one. You're losing 2 to, I would say, 80% of the top 4 cards.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone on his card for sure.
Here's Macbeth. He got it on one, and this one looks like it's leaking early. Real early. It's going to be about 70 feet.
Yeah. Yeah, you really want to beat those trees on hole 2.
Ooh.
Unless you can do that.
Wow. That was like a push, throw.
Yeah, he didn't even step, jump, nothing. I thought he was just laying up. It looked very, very casual. We don't call him Paul McBest for nothing.
I keep checking in on him. Hole 3, right down the gut. Small little turn with this. Said this yesterday, but they don't make them better than that.
No, that's beautiful. Super easy swing, didn't overdo it. Those are the putts we want.
Robert's like, what is that thing? Let me try that.
Yeah, hey,
let me get that.
Can I throw that on the next hole?
Curious to see the leaderboard, see if anybody's charging. Not really yet. We got Isaac 4 through 5, so it's out there. The scoring conditions are just perfect today. I mean, the winds are way down compared to the last 2 days. Hole 2, par 4, we set it 744 feet. I mean, sidearm off the tee, backhand hyzer, turnover, rollers, all kinds of options. I think we know what Sully's going to do.
Yeah, we're going to see it all. Yeah, we're going to see it all.
Yeah, and then really guarded green. Well-designed hole. Got to throw 2 really good shots. Typically a good putt to get the bird here.
Yeah, you can't get by with just one of the 2. Both have to be well executed.
And this is way too much cut. I don't exactly know what he'll have from there.
Yeah.
I don't know if those bushes will be in his way. If they're not, he might have some sort of sidearm into the green, but he made the Mando.
Yep. Calvin throwing his trusty eagle. The understable one. Challenges the ceiling, gets the turn.
Perfect, really. Yeah. It doesn't hurt him at all. That little tree doesn't hurt him. Might help him, if anything.
Agreed. If you stay on it, you're kind of pinched, but kicked off of it.
Even if you go right, turn over into this green's kind of tough.
Yeah.
And there's that silky smooth 2-piece from Sully. See, he wants to be right.
Yes, because then you get the forehand again on the second shot.
Ezra, he's going sidearm as well.
Yeah, he told me this was a nuke. I definitely didn't ask him after the shot because that's... You don't talk to someone.
Hey,
after
what
they do
was that?
Yeah, hey, what'd you throw? But later in the round, I found out that this was a nuke. You got to know when to give people their space.
And he has the option to go roller here. He decides to just throw the sidearm again, try to get into position so he can save the par. That's a good result for kind of a bad shot. A little more turn, and that's out of bounds. So Calvin. Eagle again?
Yep. More stable. He wanted to put it a little higher because he was trying to turn it into the screen. He's trying to stay away from forehands further than like 250 feet or so.
Well, there's a shot there.
Yeah.
Tough one with his style of putt. Got this turned over. I think the problem is with him is maybe going deep.
Yeah. About 12 feet deep.
Yeah, that's a good deep.
Yeah, that's
good
great.
Problem to have here.
It's a great problem. It's kind of hard to tell when you're in the fairway how deep those go. Like, I feel like 12 feet and 30 look the exact same from the fairway.
You're not wrong. This looks fantastic as well. Better than fantastic. Wow. His sidearm is so underrated. Been watching it the last few tournaments, and
yeah,
he doesn't throw it that much, but when he does, it's usually pretty dang good.
Yeah, he pulls it out at the right times.
Ezra's got three of them coming in on this hole.
Kind of unfortunate.
And so far, none of them have been that good.
Yeah, that one looked good, but bad result off the base of that tree. Still has a look. I thought he made it.
Wow.
Perfect ceiling over there for his putt, more than we thought.
You're not going to see Ezra miss 3 of those in a row.
No. I saw him warming up for the round with that stepper. It just looked so good. It was on the pole over and over and over. Maybe some hole one jitters on the first one, but
absolutely,
that was money.
Oh, get in there.
Yeah.
Great start there for Sully. We said he needed to get off to a hot start. That's a pretty dang hot start.
Yeah. Can't do better than that.
But when your leader's going birdie, tough to gain on him.
Yeah. Birdie with 2 tap-ins, essentially.
Mm-hmm. See what happens when he actually has to throw a little 30-footer in there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, roll us through hole 3, man. What do we got here?
Man, you got to pull out your straight disc. That's what it requires. They've added in a couple Mandos. Yeah, Mando right, Mando left late. Par 3, 326. I think the most common play is a mid-range, just dead straight at the basket. There's been a little bit of a headwind every day, which I think throws a little extra challenge into the straight mid, but maybe a little head cross. But
we did see Gannon go flex, so it is an option. And I'm not sure, but the way that Gavin was lined up, I think he meant to hit that gap.
Yeah.
You know, the way that it didn't look like he was running off to the corner for the little turnover.
Yeah, he wasn't really trying to flex it a ton. He just wanted it to float through that right gap.
Sully, this is a tight little window.
Flick nasty.
Wow.
So good.
That's ridiculous.
I think that's the same disc he aced at USDGC.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. Hole 7.
That's pretty good.
That's the same shot he just threw with the first one. They don't make him better than that.
He did it every round. His furthest putt in 3 rounds was like 12 feet. It's like, I thought this is a distance guy, and he's just pulling out a mid, flexing on everyone. Little baby turn.
Thing's pretty stable, I think.
It is. Slightly overstable rock with Rock X3, I think. First mid he's ever liked from Innova, I feel like. Probably shouldn't say that, but it's okay.
Hey, you're saying it. He's not.
Yeah, it's true. I can say what I want.
Okay. This is a good way to erase that bogey.
Yep. He's back in the game.
Mm-hmm.
You think Nebula? I know he's a fan of that disc.
Yes.
Mid-range.
There's that first putt I was talking about, but it looked good. It looked like it lifted out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Did you see it out of his hand?
Yeah, you're right, though. You get that putt on hole 1, you cash it. It's a different ball game. A couple of tap-ins.
Yep.
Hadn't had a throw putt yet.
Sully's been hanging around that 20, 25-foot range. That's a nice place to live.
Great place. I'm more like that 45.
Well, the 25s give you You know, the people listening are definitely probably getting sick of me saying this.
Yeah.
But those 25s, when you keep making them over and over again, it makes the 30-footers easier too.
For sure. They need to listen.
Parking it's overrated.
I don't know. That looks nice.
Totally underrated.
Yeah. I want to do that.
Yep. That's something I want to look up. Who's leading in park percentage?
Yeah.
It might be Calvin, honestly.
Very well could be.
Visit quirkygoodies.com today. We have over 100 fun, unique disc golf tees along with hats, stickers, metal wall art, and much more. Use code JomezPro20 for 20% off.
Hole 4, par 5, almost 1,200 feet, 11,171. Tee shot, you want to put it out to the right, beat these trees. Second shot, you want to get over this hill, beat the green. And then you still have options on the approach, whether you want to go turnover or low ceiling. Highs are on the right side, big tree to beat, a little slope on the right. Super cool hole. It's very tough to birdie, easy to par though. We talked about that the first day. These guys are going to bite off a lot of distance on the tee shot. That's what they want.
First time we've seen the sidearm off of this, and this looks great if it can beat that last one right there, and it does.
Fantastic.
Eventually, he's going to have to throw something a little farther than that one, though. You know? Like, that's going to be tough for him to sidearm into here. Calvin, Sendies.
Smoke show. Just don't hit that.
No.
It did. Still better than day 2, though.
But it's in the B's, maybe.
Yeah.
Curious if this is the roller. It is.
You called it. Do you know what he's rolling? A really far driver?
Yeah, I actually don't know.
It's the first roller I've seen off that tee. Pretty sick.
Might be a heat.
And then we're about to see maybe a second roller, which is pretty awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's good. Way out there. That makes this hole a little easier.
Calvin's, with his distance, birdie is not out of the equation, but he's got to get into a nice spot. Keep this low. Looks low.
Does look low. Had to beat those limbs on the last tree.
Great.
Insane. Can't do much better than that.
Sully going straight power over the green. Wow, that's a lot of distance. It catches one of them, but that was far.
Yeah, it's actually still not bad. It's up there, a little bit past the green, but right side.
Can he go sidearm?
He can.
Okay. Surprising to me.
It is, but they're all pretty much the same distance throw every time. And you see some of these guys getting over the hill, and they've got a shorter approach.
This one looks smoked again.
Yeah, that's a Raider Gavin is rolling. I had to ask because he rolls it like 5 times in the first 6 holes. Bombing that thing.
Yeah, Ezra's throwing a scorch.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Good roller disc.
Yeah.
Stable roller.
If Sully got there from there, I was going to puke all over this mic.
That would be gross. He was a little pinched by that tree, but...
Yeah. Ezra trying to make something out of not a lot. I think that's coming out. Wow.
Gotta look.
That is so good from there.
Couldn't tell if the tree late hurt him or helped him, but still putting.
Well, I've been saying that he hasn't been messing this shot up very often, and this looks pretty good again.
It does look good.
Wow. So good from Gavin.
So smooth. Didn't look like he really threw it that hard.
Mm-hmm. It looks like his windup, he's going to do something really powerful, and then he just kind of sputters right through it.
Yeah, extremely controlled.
I love this shot. I think this is a shot to throw on this one. He's going a bit too deep, but nice curl around the tree.
Great curl. End up behind that tree. Not much of a putt,
Yep.
but got by it.
But I've been seeing people throw the turnover, and I wasn't understanding. I thought that was...
Yeah, I guess they're scared of the low ceiling, but that's the shot.
Yep. Sully. Okay. Little 25-footer.
Yeah.
Ezra's going to have to make all of these now, I think.
Yep.
Oh, looked pretty good.
Yeah, he wanted it. I would be so scared if he looked at me that way.
I know.
Second putt in a row for Gav. That kind of 30-ish foot range on the basket, but not in.
And that's left, too. I was going to say on hole 1 was really the only putt that Calvin had, and it was left side.
Yeah, you see that head shake
Yeah.
after a make. That's the first thing he said. He's like, I don't know why it's left.
Yeah.
Good cleanup.
Yeah, it's definitely possible for people to make putts and be mad about it.
Mm-hmm. We can still make fun of him, though.
Oh, yeah. Man, this guy is keeping it right there. That putt right in front of him looks simple.
Yeah, not a lot of moving parts. Very, very simple. A little left side grab.
Oh, man.
That Paul Macbeth catch right there. I felt like he used to get those all the time.
Talk about Paul Macbeth, 4 through 5.
That's not bad.
Hole 5, par 4, 586. One of the funner holes, I think, for this card, because they can just let it fly. Big rollers down the middle, big rollers over the top, big anti-flexes. This is when you can get a look at. There's also some layup plays. I don't see that happening on this card, though. I think they're all going to be throwing the power shot some way or another. Maybe Sully.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him play it, but Calvin. Heard rumors of him going deep in other rounds, and now I see why.
Yeah.
Got it turned over a little too much.
I think days 1 and 2, there was more of a crossing helping wind on that shot, but because he hadn't thrown anything else, he's like, might as well send it.
Yeah, this is the layup. And he does pretty good.
Mm-hmm. On his way back to his bag, he let the crowd know that it was actually a good shot because they were a little confused, I think, after watching Calvin's throw.
Oh, this looks great. It's got a flip, right?
Yeah, I couldn't tell if it had a little weird landing in there in the trees, but it just held cut the whole way.
Safe, though.
But green. Yeah.
Worried about it once it started bouncing up and down. Oh, that was a great push off of that.
Yep.
Little booster stroke almost.
It's like it sped up. Just
Through the through the green?
all the way through to the backside. You could tell it was still in the shade, so we thought it was like pin high. Went long. There was no way to tell from the tee pad. Crushed it.
Sully's actually got overstable fairway into this green. So that'll tell you he's playing some smart golf, laying up to a good spot, throwing probably what he thinks is his most consistent shot in there.
Yeah, he said he played it the same way each day. You know, everybody else was sending it, and he just played his game.
There you go. No stepper required for that birdie.
No. Still pin high, even though it never flipped up.
So is this. Easy little jumper.
Yeah, sweet run.
I guess more right than pin high.
Yeah,
Might be.
it's okay. And saying this is 50 past the basket.
Oh, man. It looked pretty dang good.
The whole way.
Oh,
Yeah.
catch that.
The I'm happy clap that it caught. He knew it.
Couple tap-in birds.
Yeah.
3 tap-ins.
Yeah, Sully kept saying they all write down the same. We got it.
Yep, got it early. Calvin and Gavin tied up at the top. Few people, 2 back. Well, 1 person 2 back, and then pretty nice spread.
Brandon Latta, 6 through 8. Pretty dope. Hole 6, par 5, 1,000 feet. You want to get a left off the tee into this gap. Again, I think you want the play is to get left into the next gap and then hopefully have a clean approach to the basket. If you turn over first or second shot, get caught up under those trees, it's not a great spot to be.
Yeah, and any putt on this hole's tough. I've learned that. Watching people on my card, got to be based in order for it not to matter.
Yeah.
Really swirly on this side of the course. This is like once you start to get to the back side of the course, breeze picks up just a little bit.
Yeah, first 2 days, Calvin got his drive turned over a little bit, had to deal with that low ceiling, so he made sure to get left today.
Oh, that's not going to turn. I wonder if he's trying to do that. Maybe.
Yeah, I think he was just trying to send it.
Yeah.
And obviously didn't care about our flyover and the fact that we said it's supposed to be left, but no worries. Still in bounds. That's the first time I saw the roller play off this tee.
Such a good play if you can miss everything. And
Yeah.
he doesn't. Still good.
Yeah, probably cost him like 30, 40 feet, but still sweet.
I think that's what Gavin does as well. Yeah. Judging from his interview, him saying that he throws roller up like 8 times.
Yeah, odds are
That's
good. It's gonna
perfect.
yeah, so good. Do you think the hole sets up for like a big righty backhand roller on the second shot as well if you execute the tee?
I think so. Gets it nose up again. Not his best. He'll have a shot from there, though. Even though he's way back compared to where a couple of these guys are going to end up, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Turfs it.
Thrower. Not what you want, but got some distance.
Too much turn. Sit.
Sit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a little love there off the OB line. About a foot inbounds. This might be an air shot. It is.
That's a sweet one, too.
Oh, this has potential.
All the way
oh
back.
My gosh.
All the way back. So good.
What a shot. That's 530
5 bills.
up the hill.
Inside circle 1.
First time we've seen that. I always feel bad for his shirts. They're just
For the sleeves?
Yeah, they're just
For the sleeves,
exactly.
man. Yeah, they're working so
They're
hard.
doing a lot of work. He said he's not throwing a lot of sidearms.
No, we thought he was about 330.
Oh, no.
Yeah. There was a little bit of a crosswind. He tried to bump up to driver to just kind of get it to the hillside to have that look, and it just lifted and never hit the hill, crested it.
Well, Sully got a good read off of it. See if he can fix that mistake. And that's a tough putt, but he's up there.
He's looking. He definitely kept it a little lower.
Yep. Spike Heiser.
On the short side, but still on
Yeah.
the hill.
It's so scary. You don't want to go past. It gets real quick past the basket.
Yeah.
But you do have a bit of room.
More than you think, I think, once you get up there.
Yep.
Tough par save from over there. About 50 feet.
So Sully just outside the circle here. Step outside. First one he's had. Oh, 1 inch.
So close.
This one is just outside.
This will be huge.
Oh, you got to make that.
Had a chance to pick up 2.
Big time move for Ezra here. Can he get it? Yes.
Bang.
That's huge. Getting
That's
2 on the leader.
rough start, couple bad holes, and big bounce back. I don't know how many eagles the hole saw, but I feel like it can't be that many.
No.
Also, bogey feels really bad on this hole. I'm sure Calvin, I know he's frustrated after he took the bogey for sure. It almost feels like you're giving up more than just like 1 on the people who par.
Yep.
It's a tough break. Got to keep that shot down.
Yeah, there's not a lot of holes out here where bogey's okay until you get to the back 9, you know?
Yeah.
So Gavin actually takes the lead.
Yep.
Hole 7, it's par 3, 364. Got these reeds on the right once you pass the pond there. And pretty guarded by these 3 trees. You do have a low ceiling with those branches. You hit those, it's real easy to stay out of bounds over there towards those reeds. And you see a lot of people hyzer out towards the green. Green doesn't come into play that much unless you really throw a bad shot. These guys are going to be going turnover right into there. Oh, Ezra, talk to me.
That's so good. That's how you call it an eagle.
You can't do any better than that. That is a beautiful flight. Such trust with a pretty stable disc.
Yeah. It's the best shot I saw all week on this hole.
Actually, he released that with hyzer, so this is actually an understatement. It's even more impressive to me.
Flip up and late turn. It's perfect.
And this is just a dream hole for Sully. Flex it. I don't see how this doesn't go in a circle.
Yeah. Good call, good call. I think we saw people on previous cards kind of burn that forehand over.
Yep.
He just really smooth, little flex, let it come back out of it.
Gave it a lot of height,
Yep.
trust. Oh, and this has got it too.
I think this is a putter. I don't know what it was, but he was throwing it all day. So good. The crowd was loving it. They were getting hyped. I believe
Why
they call
not?
it.
These are beautiful shots.
Yeah, I think they call it Pirate Island. Everybody hanging out over here.
Oh, stop it. Oh,
It's got to be the best grouping of the week. Not even close.
without a doubt.
4 circle 1 hits.
Okay, found one.
You got one to drop. It's got to be good for the confidence right there.
Yeah, still a little eye roll on that one.
You know it squeaked in.
Sully. None of them have been like in the last couple holes right on the stripe, but he's sneaking them in there.
Yep.
Like he said,
In is in.
same score on the scorecard as this guy, and that one wasn't the best putt either, but it's in there. And this by far right now the shot of the day for me.
So good.
Even though he just eagled the last hole. I mean, the technicality that he just threw with that flippy mid-range on this scary hole.
Yeah.
Come on. Yep, just follow through on that hyzer.
That poor shirt.
Exactly. Those sleeves.
Yeah. Brandon, 8 down through 10. He's cooking. Hole 8, we have a par 4, 828 feet. Low ceiling tee shot. You want to get left. You have to get left to open up the upshot. The more left you get, the more it turns into a hyzer, but then you kind of got to hit this gap. The only real trouble is this hazard area to the left, which is short of our pin, the further pin. Got to get it in the air, get it past that. Tee shot's got to get left, though, if you want any chance of birdie.
Yeah, we've seen a couple people try rollers on this hole. I saw a couple people try that today, so it is an option. But most of these guys are going to go hyzer flip, penetrating, don't get flat. There you go. Yep, one
Super
more,
good.
2 more. That's great.
6 more, so good.
Okay. Haven't seen this play yet.
Yeah, his backhand count is still at 1 from hole 1.
100%.
Yep, it's 1 for 1.
Is this just a par play?
Yeah, he just kind of chucks. He apparently the first 2 days he hit this little mound right there in front of the tee, and he's like, I wanted no part of that.
There's the roller play. Oh.
Crazy kick off the limb, and then it just keeps going exact where you want to be.
Yeah, this is actually great.
It's the best roller I've seen on the hole yet.
How hilarious.
Oh, exactly how he drew it up, you know?
Yeah, this hyzer right here that Calvin's going to throw, if it ends up by that one, he's going to be pretty happy.
Yeah.
But he's even more happy because I think that's a little better.
Left of that little drain. That's the goal right there.
Dreamy situation. I don't know what that's like.
That's where my second would land.
There we go. Yeah, just laying up. I like that play. Such a tough get. No shame in getting a par, especially when you know the competitors you're playing against are going after it. Oh. Don't leak into that bunker.
Without that tree hit, I think that was going to give him a look. He was trying to split him. Heard him talking to Steve Bro, his caddy. Just trying to bite off distance, get left side, have that look.
This is so good to be able to just throw the hyzer.
It doesn't even look like the same hole the other guys were playing.
You're right. You put the whole field right there, and they're going to pepper this basket. That's how easy that is.
Absolutely. Everybody has that shot. It's just getting to that shot.
Like I said, pepper.
Even closer than Calvin. Mm-hmm. Super good.
Man, Ezra makes that putt on hole 1.
Different ball game.
Yep. Oh. It's okay.
Okay. He's been making his putts so far, but definitely probably wanted a
You
little
don't
closer.
want to keep making them.
No.
Unless they're for birdie. If that's a birdie putt, you'll take it. You're like, okay, I got to make it. But
feels a little different.
Exactly. Oh, just over the rim.
Like you said, not perfect, but good enough. Got that little pep in his step.
Great birdie from Calvin. And him without that bogey, man, he's flying away.
Mm-hmm. Bogey on a hole, most people birdie. I would assume like half the field probably is getting it at least.
Well, Ezra got 3 on him.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to head into the last hole of the front 9. One last look at the scores. A lot of people playing well. Gossage 9 under right there. That's looking like a fantastic score. But this is a par 4, 767. One of my favorite holes on the course. Out of bounds down this right side the whole way. It's about a 370-foot carry is all, but there's some troubles if you turn it over, you pull it a little bit off the tee, get into that middle section, and then you have Straight shot right into this green. Beautiful hole. Just cover the water. Don't hit those reeds. You're going to have yourself a little putt. Can blow through this fairway too, and there's out of bounds deep. Haven't seen anybody do it yet. Ezra keeping this low. With his power, you would think he could get a little extra aggressive, but no need.
Yeah.
That's some good golfing by him right there.
Yeah, it's a golf shot.
Calvin, does this stay over? If it doesn't,
Little too much hyzer.
he's going to have to worry about that out of bounds line. But it's okay.
Okay. First shot I've seen push that OB back there. It's pretty far, but it's still there. It's reachable.
Still sidearm off the tee.
I think this is his best one of the round.
Wow, that is good. Yeah, why try anything else? I mean, his backhand has so much power, too, by getting hole one.
Yeah.
Gavin gets it over. Stay off of that tree. Doesn't. Tricky spot from there.
Yeah, a little pinch, but I think they bit off enough where it should be okay.
Yeah, just an awkward run up, really.
Yep.
This is leaking left. There's that stepper.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty common play ending up left of this bucket.
Yep.
That hillside usually catches you, keeps you around circle's edge.
Sully going with a standstill here. Needs to slow down, looks like.
A little
And
deep.
it does. Very good. That same spot he's been all around.
Yeah. It's throwing the disc well, though. Proving you don't have to throw 500-foot bombs to get birdie looks on this course.
Yes.
But that does help.
All right, that's a good spot for him. I think he needs to make that one. Get a little confidence going. Putter in.
Yep, Toro. Overstable. There's a slight little cross. Thought about throwing a straighter one, and he went back to the stable guy, just leaned on it. Just a touch weak. I was surprised he didn't do the stepper.
Yep, me too.
Can't have that.
Nope. Finally doesn't catch it.
Yep.
Almost did, though.
Yeah, that wasn't that different from some of those other putts, for sure. Hold card, giving up a stroke to Vinny.
Really gifts. All in the circle, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Ezra marks that disc. He's in the circle. I think he was half in, half out type thing.
Yeah.
Well, looking at the scoreboard, we got Calvin. He's 6 under through 9. Rathbun still in second place with just a 4 under, but we got people charging Gossage 10 through 14. Dang, a lot of 9 through 13. Sullivan hanging around. Ezra hanging around. You know, the usual suspects in the top 10 with Ricky and Isaac. Babcock having a great season, but
Yeah.
back nine's where the tournament's going to be won.
Yeah, I think back to that putt Gavin had to game 2 on Calvin. Missed it on the cage, only got 1, and then he comes back and gets 2 in a row, 2 holes in a row. So hopefully that doesn't come back to haunt him.
Yes, he's going to have a fantastic back nine in order to catch him. And it's possible.
Yep.
I've seen stranger things happen on coverage, I'll tell you that much. Thank you to the Founders Club. Catch us on the back nine.